Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of GPV. And today I have a very inspiring founder, a business owner, and his name is Edward. And we'll know more about his startup and his business in this episode. So, hi Edward, how are you?
I'm good, Ginger. Nice to talk to you. I'm very
Yeah.
happy to be here with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed in my blog. And we're looking forward to know more about HelperPlace. So maybe you can share with us, like, how was the journey starting this business of yours?
Yeah, for sure. A few years ago, I was working for a big company in Hong Kong, and I get bored. And I get bored. And I was looking for some solution to be more happy and help the community in Hong Kong. When I start to look around the life in Hong Kong, the main things who appear to me was the life of the domestic workers in Hong Kong. Right now in Hong Kong, there is around 400,000 domestic workers
Oh,
in
wow.
Hong Kong, yes. Most of them are coming from the Philippines. It's around 50%, that means 200,000 people are
Yeah.
coming from Philippines to work in Hong Kong, and the other part are coming from Indonesia. If you look around, you can see that the life of the domestic workers in Hong Kong is quite difficult. Uh, they have only one day off per week. Most of the time it's on Sundays, and during the day off, what they do, they go to the street to meet their friends, and they have lunch, but really to the streets. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Then I started to understand what is really the job of a domestic workers in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And the domestic workers in Hong Kong are coming to work as a nanny most of the time,
Yes.
as a domestic
True.
helpers. They are here to help the family who are working in Hong Kong. And 5 years ago, it was my turn to have a domestic helpers because I get my first child.
Oh, wow.
And at that moment, it was really the first time that I interact with the domestic workers in Hong Kong. And it was like a shock, really a shock.
Okay.
And the main reason is when you are looking for a domestic helper in Hong Kong, most of the time you need to use a domestic helper agency.
Okay.
Okay? A domestic helper agency is really a recruitment agency for domestic helpers.
Mm-mm.
But I was shocked because this is like a shop.
Okay.
You go like to the supermarket and you choose your domestic helpers.
Oh, okay.
And it's really because maybe because I'm coming from France, and we don't have this kind of interaction, and I
Yeah.
was quite shocked.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I said, but why we need to interview domestic helper in a small shop? It's not possible to see a few domestic helpers. And at that moment, the market was not digitalized.
Okay.
Therefore, I take my chance. I say, okay, I will launch a platform for domestic workers to find new employers. And
Nice.
the main objective of the platform will be to let the domestic workers choose the employer.
Nice.
This is the main point of HelperPlace, the start of HelperPlace.
Okay. So I always thought it was like the other way around in Helper. Well, I haven't really looked at the system. We'll be sharing, by the way, we'll be sharing the link to Helper Place in the description below, so you can check it out as well, no, for viewers. So yeah, so the premise is the domestic helper will look for their employers. Is that correct?
Exactly. This is exactly the point. Because, you know, the domestic workers, this is a modern slavery. Therefore, we really want to change the system. The first thing that we want is we let the domestic workers have more possibilities. If you use a traditional domestic helper agency, you cannot choose your employer. The domestic helper agency choose for you. There is someone who is
Oh,
coming inside the shop. and they say, now it's your turn to have an interview, and if you don't take the job, you go back to Philippines, or you will never come to Hong Kong.
Oh,
this is the point. With Helper Choice, we have thousands of employers who are using the platforms, and the only thing that you have to do, you create your profile with like bio data. You explain your experience and how you can help a family in Hong Kong or in Singapore. Mm-hmm. And then you apply for the job offer. And you have the possibility to talk directly to the employer without any middleman.
That's so great. So Edward, I'm curious to know, like, because of this shift from like the domestic helper looks for their employer rather than the other way around, like, what have you seen the benefits of this particular model is or are, with the past experience of those who are looking for the domestic helpers, like, what have been their experiences?
There is a lot of benefits. There is benefits for employers, but also for helpers. If we are looking for the benefits for the domestic worker, it's really you have more opportunities. Mm-hmm. You can choose the job that you like. For sure, you need to match with the expectation of the employer, but you have this opportunity. Yeah. From the side of the employer, we give them also more choice. Because if we go through a traditional agency, you can meet only 3 or 4 domestic workers. On our platform, we have thousands of domestic helpers who are willing to work.
I love it. Like in the Philippines, Edward, like just to share, no, if you're looking also for, we call it kasambahay here in the Philippines. So domestic helper is called a kasambahay, or someone who helps around the household. So yeah, it's the same case. So you go to an agency and then you have to pay if you want additional interviews. Like, you have to pay per interview, and you have also to spend for the transportation of these helpers, so that you just interview them. It's not even hiring, so just for the interview. So it's really a pain, I think, even elsewhere. So in your platform, is it open to a lot of like countries, or is it just in Hong Kong?
No, right now we are operating in Singapore, in Hong Kong, and in the Middle East also.
Oh.
And for sure, we have so many candidates who are in Philippines or in Indonesia looking for to work abroad. And one more thing, Ginger, it's very important, because this is something very different in our business model. For domestic workers, our platform is totally free.
Oh, wow.
Therefore, you no need to pay anything to use HelperPlace for the domestic workers.
Oh, wow. That is so helpful, especially at this point in time when people don't have jobs. Like, a lot of people got retrenched from their work, so they're looking for places to work. So how is it, like, if I am a domestic helper looking for a job, and I want to go abroad or look for jobs elsewhere, like, how do I apply in your platform?
This is very simple. We need to make something simple, because first of all, the platform is in English. It's mandatory to speak in English, because most of the time your future employer will be also English speaker. If you come to work in Hong Kong or in Singapore, you need to speak in English with your future employer. This is the first thing. Therefore, the platform is in English.
Yeah.
You go to helperplace.com, you register. You need, to be honest, 1 minute to register.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the first step. Then you have to create your online CV.
Okay.
Okay, and you need around 5 to 10 minutes to make it. We do something very simple. You need to tell what are your skills, what are your experience. You put a nice picture of yourself, and then our team, within a few minutes, will validate your profile. At that moment, you can start to apply to any job.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do they need like IDs, Edward? IDs or police clearance?
No. We really want to let the privacy of the people. We don't want to make any data storage. Therefore, we really take the minimum information who are necessary for an employer. to make a screening of the candidates. This is
Okay.
what we do.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So sa ating mga kababayan dyan no, na gusto mag-apply, I'll just speak a little bit of Filipino, Edward. So those who are interested to apply can apply. So napakadali lang pala niya, no? So ang gagawin niyo lang pumunta sa site niya and then gumawa lang kayo ng profile ninyo. So napakadali. So 5 to 10 minutes lang daw ang kailangan. At saka hindi na kailangan ng mga kung ano-ano pa like IDs, maybe later on, no, pag kayo ay nakakita na ng employer, tsaka na lang yan hihingin. Pero it's very simple and then you can give the minimum data lang. Tatanungin kayo ng background information ninyo. So lalagyan nyo lang parang resume lang yan or parang CV. So it's so simple. So there, Edward. So okay, I think this is really great. So what are your plans for HelperPlace? What's in store for your company?
We have a lot of plans. I think that for 2021, we have different objectives. The first one will be to improve our presence in Singapore.
Okay.
Right now, we are a leading platform in Hong Kong, but we want also to be at the top of the market in Singapore. This is really one of our objectives, and we are ready to make it. The second objective is very important, but with the COVID situation, it's quite difficult for us. We are a community company, and we want also to help the domestic workers to have some good time in Hong Kong. When they are in Hong Kong, we want to make some events for the domestic worker.
Oh, wow.
As I told you, they have only one day off.
Yeah.
And it's sad because most of the people here doesn't have friends. Therefore, we want to help them to meet friends and to spend a good day off in Hong Kong. This is one of our objectives, and we have a lot of things in the pipe, but we need to wait that the situation start to be better. And I hope that it will be soon.
I know. So yeah, you mentioned the pandemic, right? The COVID-19. Like, how is it now? Because I assume like a lot of the domestic helpers fly in from Philippines and from Indonesia. Like, how is it right now? How's the supply versus the demand?
Yeah, this is really something difficult. For more than 6 months, it's almost impossible for people to come in Hong Kong. Yeah. In Hong Kong, the regulation is very strict, and we don't allow foreigners to come, except if you accept to make a quarantine, and if you have a valid visa to come in Hong Kong.
Oh,
this is the first thing. Therefore, to be honest, right now, there is like a shortage of domestic workers in Hong Kong. Oh. There is high demand, but it's very difficult for the people, for the employer in Hong Kong to find a domestic workers.
Yeah, so, but therefore, there are a lot of opportunities, therefore,
Exactly. For the workers who are already in Hong Kong, it's a chance for them.
Yeah.
Because the power change of side. Yeah. They can negotiate higher salary, better condition. This is really good. Yeah. And we hope also, as soon as the COVID situation will be better, it will be also an opportunity for the people in Philippines. Yeah. Because a lot of jobs will be available.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah, you're right, Edward. So to those who are interested, no, sa ating mga kababayan na gustong mag-apply, so this is just temporary. So once the COVID issue, like if we have vaccines and all of these things, and even if later on, if Hong Kong accepts people to come in, no? This is sobrang gandang opportunity nito, guys. So at least now you know that there is this kind of service that's there. Prepare yourself. So when the time comes, no, like try to sign up already. Kung gusto niyo mag-apply, sign up na po kayo. And then later on, if gates are open, then pwede na mamili yung mga employers, no? At papasukin na kayo sa Hong Kong. Yan. So thank you so much. Edward, is there any last words or help that you need, or are there any tips that you'd like to share to our viewers today?
Yeah, the first tips that I will share with the people who are looking for a job is very simple. When you are looking for a job, you need to check that your experience is matching with what the employer is looking for. This is very important because with a platform like HelperPlace, we have so many job offers, and you can have the temptation to apply to all of them. This is not a good strategy. You need to focus only on the job who you have a chance to get it.
Yes.
This is my tips.
Yes. You know what, totoo, ano, what Edward said is really true. So if you want to get really good employers na swak or babagay sa inyo or perfect for you, you really need to indicate the things that you are capable of, yung skill ninyo. Wag po tayo mambola. Kung hindi nyo po kaya magluto, wag ilagay magluto. Kung hindi po tayo magaling mamlansya or maglaba or whatever, no? Wag po natin ilagay kung hindi kayo marunong, or ilagay nyo para at least matuturuan kayo. They can teach you later on if this is something that you can actually do. At least they know, and if they still want you, they can be patient with you. They can teach you later on if they really want you, diba? But let's not put in our CVs or resume yung mga hindi natin ginagawa. That's so true. So there, thank you so much, Edward, for
Thank you very much, Ginger. It was really a nice talk.
Yes, yes. So I will share all of the link to your website, and if you have social media links, please share it with me so I can share it also in the description down below.
With
And
pleasure.
yeah, I hope that everything gets better soon, and I wish you luck in your business, Edward. Thank you
Thanks a
for
lot, Ginger. See you
yes.
soon.
See you. All right.
Bye.
For
Bye.
those who are watching, thank you so much for watching this. If you like this video, please click on like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell for more videos like this. Again, this is Ginger. Have a great day. Bye.